But the Fever won. The Fever won. Double OT. Not double OT. OT. Didn't go to double overtime, thankfully. The Fever won the preseason game, and I cannot believe they're doing overtime preseason now. One of the longest preseason games ever, 2.5 hours. But yeah, there's quite a few things to be taken from the Indiana Fever and the Washington Mystics. So I'll talk about, if you're looking at the Fever's players' minutes, 27 minutes. You look at the Mystics players, Sykes only played 21. Like, they just kind of sat Sykes. Like, if the Mystics wanted to win that game, they would have won that game. Sonia Citron, best player for the... Sonia Citron and Sykes were both exceptional. Like, I would not be shocked if Sonia Citron wins Rookie of the Year. She just looks so composed on both ends of the floor. She looks to be a much better... Like, she looks ready. She looks ready for the W. There was no nerves there. She was... she looks ready. But with the Indiana Fever... We'll talk about the players that, the rookies first. Or, like, realistically, we'll talk about the game. Kelsey Mitchell was terrible in the first half, pretty good in the second half. Like, she was 0 of 10 in the first half, was shocking. Natasha Howard, I don't even know how to describe Natasha Howard. She was, like, I know she's 4 of 11, but she didn't look that bad offensively. She looked horrendous defensively. This is the depoy. This is the person who's talking about winning. She was talking about winning depoy. Non-factor on the defensive end. I thought Tawana Bonner was really good. Defensively, she was really good. She just shot the ball badly. Like, all around, she was she was tough. She was good on the defensive end. The team looked better with her on the floor. But that's all I can say about Tawana Bonner. Lexi Hull was fantastic. Lexi Hull, I don't care. She was 3 of 11 in the field. You can read a box. I can read a box score too. She had, 3 steals, was it? 4 steals, 3 fouls, 4 assists. On the defensive end was Lexi Hull just carried. Absolutely carried on the defensive end. She was fantastic. But the best player on the floor for either team was Sophie Cunningham. From the moment that Sophie Cunningham tried to square it up to Kiki Riafen, the game changed. The Fever were down 18 points. 18 points. And they came back. And I don't know why, when it came to the lineup, I don't know why Bree Hall didn't play. Because Jaylen Brown is terrible. Like, Jaylen Brown had 2... I know she hit 1 clutch shot to make it a 5-point game, but she had a clutch shot in regulation to basically ice the game, and she airballed it. Then she had a clutch shot when they were to make it a little bit of give them a little bit of space in overtime. She airballed it, and then she was chucking some layups, and she was throwing layups off the bottom of the rim. Like, just no. She's a little bit of athleticism, but just no. Bree Turner, oh my god, how many times did she turn the ball over? Twice. Bree Turner was just throwing passes 4 feet over people's heads. Yvonne Ejim, just not good enough. I feel bad. Simply put, not good enough. Michaela Timpson changed. Michaela Timpson changed that game. Like, that kind of ISO in the post to start OT and two big free throws. Like, Michaela Timpson was legit. I'll be honest here. Michaela Timpson was genuinely good for the Fever. Michaela Timpson was fantastic. So, like, I can't fault her in the 8 minutes she played. But Aaliyah Boston, really good second half, really bad first half. Really bad first. She got much better in the second half. She hit a 3 to start the game, but she needs to look for that 3 a bit more often. Like, look, the Fever aren't going to shoot this badly from 3 again. They were what? 1 for 5, 3 for 11, 3 for 12, 5 for 22, 6 for 23, 6 for 24, 6 for 28. They're not going to shoot that bad again. They're not going to shoot that badly again, no question about it. Sophie Cunningham carried. But all in all, Sydney Colson just can't see the floor. First of all, you got to cut Jaylen Brown, cut Yvonne Ejim straight away. You cut these two no matter what. And I don't know why Agilia Lane and Bree Hall didn't play. Like, there's no way Bree Hall is worse than Jaylen Brown. There's no way she's worse than Jaylen Brown. But you know what? They pulled it out of the bag. Their defense, I thought their defense was fantastic. It was so bad in the first quarter. The starters played defense like it was last year. And then Sophie Cunningham changed how they played defense. Her and Lexi Hull, the two of them together really changed the defense. And I think that was the big factor. I think the defense was such a major factor in this game. I think it really, really was. I think defense is always going to be an absolutely major factor in playing this season. And you can see who the good defenders are. And not only that, on the offensive end. On the offensive end, Sophie Cunningham she just ran the show. She ran the show. I don't care that she only had 2 assists. She ran the show. Like Coulson versus Cunningham at point guard. Like how much better Cunningham was at the point guard position than Sydney Coulson. Sophie Cunningham's not even a point guard, but she has to be the backup. She has to be the backup. But look, that game was won by Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham. The two of those together, like I thought Lexi Hull wasn't going to play many minutes because I thought, you know what, they play the same positions. There's only a certain amount of minutes to go around. But now I'm like, realistically, if Cunningham is playing backup point guard minutes, and I know Caitlin's going to be playing a lot of minutes, and Sophie Cunningham's kind of just playing everywhere, I think it's not too bad. And one thing I did kind of like is I think their offense looked okay. Their passing, their ball movement looked good. Their offense did look good. Like it didn't considering Caitlin was not on the floor. It looked better, way better than it looked like last year without Caitlin Clark on the floor. And that has to be taken into account. Like, they looked good offense. They looked really good defensively, subtract the first quarter. And they looked way better on the offensive end than they did last year. And a big reason for that, in fairness, Dawana Bonner, even when she isn't hitting her shot, she knows what she's doing. Natasha Howard was not good. Aaliyah was not good. Kelsey Mitchell was getting good shots. She was missing them. But Sophie Cunningham is a significant upgrade at that backup playmaking position than Erica Wheeler. She is. And if you guys agree, subscribe. We are trying to get to 45k as soon as possible. If we could do that, that would be absolutely insane. And look, if you had told me before the game that Kelsey Mitchell was going to shoot 4 of 17 from the field, and Tash Hare was going to be 4 of 11, Sydney Coulson was going to be minus 15, and they would win, I'd be like, no, there's no way that happens. So, look, it is what it is.